In the last posting I said that I have to love everyone. And I can't imagine anything that sounds more unrealistic to most everyone on planet Earth right now. So why is that? Why did I say that, and why would that be the case? Well, A Course in Miracles talks about grievances and how it is grievances of any kind to any degree, are all a part of the mechanics that keep us in hell. They are part and parcel to keeping us from being able to see ourselves as who we are. It says that we cannot know ourselves as love, which is what we are, as an extension of God. God creates and extends like itself, like himself, whatever pronoun you want to use. And therefore, if we were created by God, we could not be created imperfect, because that would be saying that something that is perfect is capable of creating something that is imperfect. Therefore, if we see any imperfection anywhere, we must be hallucinating, because that which was created by God is there, and that which he did not create is not there. That's why it's illusory. And where it exists, it says, is in our mind. Our mind is the source of everything that we see. So, getting back to the need to love everyone, I think loving everyone is a natural flow from forgiving everyone. And I think that it gets easier. I'm banking on it. I'm counting on it, because it's been tough for me lately. Forgiveness as a daily, well, let's put it this way. The ego seems to recognize when we're strong and vigilant for God, and it tends to go underground a little bit until it can't stay underground anymore. It has to come up for air, and it raises a big stink, but it hopes that it's waited long enough to where we're maybe not as vigilant as we had been for a while, in terms of forgiving, in terms of trying to remain mindful of our source, in terms of being willing to see things differently. And the illusion will present an ugly example, typically, of something that calls for forgiveness, and the ego really hopes that you won't respond with forgiveness, that you will respond in the way that we have for centuries and millennia, and that is with anger and hatred and fear, ultimately stemming from guilt. So we see then that anybody that would serve to represent that on which we feel justified in holding a grievance. So let's make that more real and down to earth and tangible. Let's say that there was a guy that threw a rock at me, and it hit me in the head, and he was drunk, and he threw it because he just thought it would be funny, and it really hurt, and he was standing there with a couple of guys, and let's say I didn't do anything. Let's say I walked away, but boy, I was thinking about it, and I was madder than hell about it, and I feel completely justified because that guy had no right to pick up a rock and throw it at me and hit me in the head with it. What the heck, right? Completely justified in retaliation. Well, that justification comes from the ego. That's how the ego stays alive. That it keeps us judging, and it keeps us angry, and we will remain in that thought system that perpetuates that unhappy, judging ego to the extent that we don't forgive. Jesus figured that out. Jesus figured that out, and that is why he preached forgiveness. And to me, that is why he knew himself as the Son of God. And he was saying, ye shall do all this and more, did he not, in the Christian Bible? Well, This Course in Miracles is His Word on what we all can do to save time and return to God in the Christ mind that Jesus discovered. Love holds no grievances. If you who are love hold a grievance on anybody, you cannot know yourself as who you are. That is why you must forgive everyone. It's selfish. It is because forgiveness entails you being happy. God wills happiness for you.